Hello, everybody that's joining us today. My name is Lauren. I'm a CACRAO volunteer. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North Carolina and South Carolina students. This is sponsored by the Carolina Association of College Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. So thank you for joining us today. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started and I turn it over to our panelists. You can use the Q&A button at any point in time during this webinar. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so our presenters cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening this week and the following weeks. So be sure to sign up for as many as you can attend at CACRAO, CACRAO.org. And this recording will be available next week along with any recordings that you missed, again at the same website, CACRAO, CACRAO.org. Now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Let me get my screen up. Perfect. So welcome everybody. My name is Jasmine Montano Aguilar. I am one of the admissions counselors here at Virginia Tech. I particularly look over South Carolina. I do have a few Hokies in here and one of my colleagues. Chris, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, my screen's a little bit black, but again, I'm Chris Thompson. I am your North Carolina admissions rep, born and bred in Northwest North Carolina, Allegheny County. I'll be joining you all in the Q&A today, so feel free to jump in and join me.
Thank you so much. And we do have some Hokie ambassadors. Emma, do you want to go first?
Yes, sounds good. Hi, you guys. My name's Emma. I'm a senior here at Virginia Tech. I'm a business information technology major, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, but I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm repping some of the North Carolina students as well.
And then we also have another Hokie ambassador.
Hi, everybody. My name is Advaith. I'm a business information technology and management dual degree. I'm from Burke, which is in Northern Virginia. Very excited to talk to you all today, and go Hokies.
Thank you so much, Advit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a quick presentation, and you also have the pleasure of having Hokie ambassadors here. So if you have any questions about campus life or just what it means to be in Blacksburg at Virginia Tech's campus, please feel free to do those question and answers, and we'll be able to answer them at the end, or Chris will be able to answer them throughout our presentation. So we'll go ahead and get started. And let me move y'all over here. Perfect. So Virginia Tech is located in Blacksburg, Virginia, known as a gem of Southwest Virginia, and it's described as welcoming, safe, and connected. Our Blacksburg campus is also described as a rural, true college town. Here, our students can enjoy outdoor activities such as biking, hiking, tubing, and fishing, just to name a few, but there's a lot of other things to do as well. Virginia Tech was originally founded as an all-male military institute back in 1875. However, today we are one of the 6 senior military academies and only one of the 2 public institutions that have the Corps of Cadet. Our students are not all required to become cadets. However, if you are interested in enlisting to the military after graduation, or you are looking to gain valuable leadership skills to use at your first job, you can join the Corps of Cadet through 2 different tracks. One of them is a military track, which has commitment to the military, and the other one is through the Citizen Leader track, which has no commitment to the military, and again, you can use those leadership skills at your first job. At the center of our campus is a drill field, which you could see a little bit right here on our picture, which is where many students hang out, work out, study, or participate in various student programs throughout the year. On one side of the drill field, you'll find the academic buildings, which hopefully you can see my mouse, it's all the way on the side. And on the other opposite side, you will find more of the residential halls, dining facilities, gym, football stadium, and a lot of other social things that you can do. One of the main features of Virginia Tech that you will not see at other schools is our commitment to service and to each other as a community. Our motto, Ut Prosum, that I may serve, says it all. We dedicate our research, teaching, and co-curricular activities to the enhancement of the human condition. And when we say the human condition, that includes people from all walks of life. We are fortunate that we are a global land-grant university serving the world. The spirit of UP Prosum lives within our commitment to inclusion, diversity within inclusive VT, welcoming and being inclusive to all members of the Hokie Nation to thrive and be successful here on campus. We do pride ourselves on how strong our Hokie Nation is, and the Hokie Nation is a global network of students, faculty, staff, and alumni who recognize the strength and uniqueness of being a Hokie. We take care of each other by supporting each other's wellness, academic achievements, and career search. You can travel all around the world through our study abroad opportunities and find a Hokie who is rooting for your success. We always tell our students, remember, once a Hokie, you will always be a Hokie. Now, Virginia Tech does have around 30,000 undergraduate students and about 6,000 graduate students, making us a large research public institution. Even though we are considered a large institution, we still have an experience of a small school community close-knit feel, having our student-faculty ratio of 14:1. For those seniors and juniors that are in here, this slide will be very important to you because it really tells you that information that you're looking for those first-year students that are here at Virginia Tech. Some of the top majors that you'll see is general engineering, business, biology, architecture, and psychology. Even though Virginia Tech is known for its engineering and architecture, as you can tell, a lot of other majors are really, really key and important here. And we also do have two Hokie ambassadors that are actually in the School of Business. So the next thing, your success starts when picking your academic major. Specifically at Virginia Tech, your major really does matter when you're looking to apply. We have a total of 9 colleges and 1 graduate school, including the School of Medicine and the College of Veterinary Medicine. Within these colleges, you will find over 100 majors. So you have a bunch and a lot of majors to choose from. Going down our list, the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences offers 12 majors and 1 2-year program in agricultural technology. Some of the majors that you can find is environmental science, biochemistry, human nutrition, food, and exercise, just to name a few. Then we go into their College of Architecture and Urban Sciences. This college is one of the most competitive colleges at Virginia Tech. It offers 4 schools within the college and a total of 11 majors. Some of these majors you can find to be landscaping architecture and architecture, which are usually 5-year programs, interior design, building construction, environmental policy and planning, graphic design, and art history. Going to one of our most popular and largest programs is the College of Engineering. The College of Engineering is named one of the largest and most comprehensive engineering programs in the state of Virginia, offering about 14 majors within 12 departments and 2 schools. So the majors that you can find within the College of Engineering are aerospace engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science, and civil engineering. One of the unique things about this college is that all students admitted into the College of Engineering will go through general engineering for their first year. And as long as you maintain a 3.0 GPA or higher, which most of our students do, you are guaranteed into your first choice of the engineering program you select when you apply to Virginia Tech, with the exception of biomedical engineering, which does require an additional interview. Going into our College of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences, this is actually one of our largest colleges in Virginia Tech. It offers over 36 majors, which you can definitely think why it's one of our largest colleges. And it offers a lot of flexibility for our students to do double majors or to do a lot of minors. Within some of these majors, you can find foreign languages like Spanish. We just recently added Arabic, cinema, political science, criminology, national security and foreign affairs, multimedia journalism, and many more. Then going into the College of Natural Resources and Environment, this college is a top-ranked college that offers about 6 research centers. It does offer 11 majors. Some of these majors are meteorology, geography, forestry, packaging systems, and design. The Pamplin College of Business, it's the most program within Pamplin College are accredited by the AACSB International, or the Association of Advanced Collegiate School of Business International, which maybe our Hokie ambassadors can elaborate on that when it's their time to talk. And the college offers undergraduate and graduate programs in accounting, information systems, business information technology, finance, hospitality and tourism management, management in itself, marketing, and real estate. The College of Science has about 10 departments and offers about 17 majors. Some of the majors you can find here are those regular science majors. So that could be anything from biology, chemistry, economics, psychology, and neuroscience. And lastly, university studies. If you don't know right now that you have a lot of hobbies going on, but you don't know exactly what major you want to focus on, that is perfectly fine. We have a home here for you. That is through university studies, through the undeclared or the explore track. Within this university studies major, or the undeclared undecided, usually is very competitive. It usually has a smaller number of seats with a high volume of applications. However, if you really do not know what you want to study, that's perfectly fine. Again, you can study through the university studies. Please take in mind that every college will also have their own undecided track, meaning that all of these 9 colleges that I just went over have their own undecided, which sometimes tends to be a little less competitive than the regular university studies undeclared track. So if you already know that you've always wanted to be an engineer, or you already know that you've always wanted to study foreign languages and go into the liberal arts college, you can apply into the undeclared track and you'll be within that college just as an undeclared major and have time to explore what majors that college or school has to offer. Now we're going into a little bit of that admissions aspect. Our admissions review is a holistic, meaning that your whole self is included in the process. We want you to know who you are in the classroom, but we also want to know who you are outside of the classroom. Hence why we have 2 sections, the academic and then the personal side. So within your academic side, we look at your transcript. What you will do is you will submit a SRAR, or a self-reported academic record. Within this record, you will self-report all of your classes as well as all of the grades. What we look in with your transcript is, have you challenged yourself? And if you have challenged yourself, were you successful in them? Did you get A's and B's, or did you get C's and D's? Within that, we also look at your school profile when we're looking at your application. We do not compare you to students that are at other schools. We compare you to your school profile, which is usually the most fairest way to compare you and see if you're admissible into Virginia Tech. This year specifically, for those seniors that are in here, we are test optional, meaning that if you have not taken your test because of COVID reasons, or you just do not feel comfortable submitting your test score, that is completely okay. This is the first time that Virginia Tech does test optional ever in history, so please do take advantage of that if you haven't taken your test. Now, if you have taken an SAT or an ACT and you feel comfortable with your score and you want to submit it, you can definitely submit it, and you do not have to submit us your official test scores. It's only your self-reported scores that you'll submit. And we do not look at any recommendation letters or resumes are accepted. Within that, please do not confuse that with not submitting your extracurricular activities. We do want to know what you've done outside of the classroom. We want to know what your passions are, if you've done community service, or if you're part of student organizations, or if you're a leader within your church, community, or your high school. So please make sure to not forget that extracurricular activity section within your application. And now more of the personal side. So when I talked about Ut Prosum, these are the essays. The essays are 4 Ut Prosum essays that we will ask you within the application. This year we do have 2 ways of applying. That's through the Common App and the Coalition application. You do not have to complete the Common Application essay or the Coalition application essay. All you have to do is these 4 short answer Ut Prosum questions. It gives you about 120 words that you will write to us and it will ask you about your service, your resilience, your leadership, and we want to know about your long-term goals. We want to know what you will do after Virginia Tech. A lot of these things that we will ask you, we see them in our Hokies right now on campus, and we want to see what you're doing to embody that OOP Prosum spirit as a high school student interested in coming to Virginia Tech. Within this, because we go test optional this year, your OOP Prosum questions plus that academic rigor in your transcripts will be the most important things within your application. So please make sure that you are reviewing your essay questions, your essay responses, and maybe get someone else to review them before you submit them. That's the best advice I can give you. Going into some deadlines, we do have an early decision deadline that is a binding contract, meaning that you are telling us that you do not see yourself anywhere else other than Virginia Tech. You are signing a contract with us saying that if we accept you, you will come to Virginia Tech, you will commit to us. Doesn't matter what other school accepted you, what other financial aid another school gave you. That application deadline is November 1st, and you'll get notified by mid-December. Early action, which is that deadline that most of our students that are interested in Virginia Tech apply, is a priority deadline. This has a non-binding, so meaning that there is no contract associated. It gives you the freedom of applying to other schools if you would desire, but still see the opportunities that you get at Virginia Tech. That deadline is December 1st, and the notification is usually late February. This is a deadline that I usually recommend a lot of students. So if you want to be competitive, a bigger pool of applicants, early action is the best opportunity that you will have at Virginia Tech. And then the other deadline that I usually advise students is regular decision. So within regular decision, that is space availability, meaning because I told you before, major does matter. There are some majors that have a smaller number of seats, and there are some majors that receive a high volume of applications. So space availability just means that it's usually a smaller pool of students that apply, but if there is no space, more than likely what we will do is contact you, advise you, telling you, hey, there might not be any more space. It is very competitive. We'll help you along the way. But that application deadline, I usually do not recommend, but it is January 15th in case you need to wait until January 15th. We do offer university scholarships and financial aid. Now, this is a specific way, and it's a little bit different than other universities. Here at Virginia Tech, you do have to fill out a general scholarship application and submit your FAFSA application as well by January 22nd. If you want to be considered for out-of-state scholarships, merit-based scholarships, grants, financial aid, you have to submit both of these. And you don't have to wait until you get a response from us. I highly recommend students to submit their application for admissions first, and then go ahead and submit this general scholarship application then. Do not have to wait for any response from admissions, just go ahead and submit it. This is key to a lot of our out-of-state students because this is where you get an opportunity to get scholarships that are specific sometimes for out-of-state students. There are alum that do donate money and they give back in this way, and sometimes their requirements of those scholarships that they give are specifically to students in your state. So just taking full advantage of these scholarships is the best way by applying through the general scholarship application. And then talking about scholarships, I'm pretty sure you're wondering about the cost. As an out-of-state student, the total cost is about $42,000, and that's including tuition fees and room and board. Now, we do not require our freshman students to live on campus. We used to, but we do not anymore. So if you are looking to live off campus, you definitely can. If you have a friend, a relative, anything that you can think of that's off campus, you can definitely take advantage of that. However, if you do decide to live on campus, you will be priority. We do try to make sure that any freshman that is looking to live on campus, as long as they apply at a timely manner, is able to live on campus if they desire. There are ways that you can live on campus within maybe students that are in the same major as you, and that's through living and learning communities. These living and learning communities provide even a bigger and more close-knit community to a lot of our students, and they really do enjoy that. Some living and learning communities can be, maybe you are interested in art and your hobby is art, if you want to go into that living and learning community, you can apply to it while you're applying for housing, and you'll be housed with other art students or other students that are interested in art. If you're looking to do more of like outdoor activities, there's a living and learning community for that, as well as engineering living and learning communities. And why Virginia Tech? I've told you all of these great information about Virginia Tech, all the opportunities that Virginia Tech does have to offer to all of our students, but these are some stats that you will see within the website. And the first one that I really do like to go over is our graduation rate. We have about an 83% graduation rate compared to our national average, which is 49. And the one I really like to focus on is the last one, which gives you over 90% of a retention rate from first year to second year, meaning that our students love being in Blacksburg and love being a Hokie. That tells you something really big about the university. A lot of our students enjoy what we have to offer. They enjoy the atmosphere here in Blacksburg, and they even enjoy the campus and what it has to give to them being here as a student, and then also after as an alum. So this is a time I am going to give our Hokie ambassadors a chance to maybe tell you a little bit of why they chose Virginia Tech. And whoever wants to go first, you can go.
All right, Emma, I'll go then. When I was choosing colleges, I was choosing between a couple, and I chose Virginia Tech because, well, one, we have great food here, and that was a big deciding factor for me. I love to eat, and when I came here, they had some of the best food I'd ever tried on all of my college visits. Another thing was I really liked the degree program that they had for business information technology. So at the time, I was deciding between two very different fields, and Virginia Tech had a great, was one of the business information technology program that they had. It's what caused me to pick that field in particular. And lastly, just the people here. Every single person I've met at Virginia Tech since my first day has always been nice, has always been inclusive. They've always attempted to, that idea of prosen that I may serve, we really are just here together, just working with one another because we're all towards the same common goal.
Thank you.
Okay, so some of my reasons, like why I chose Virginia Tech, overlap a little bit. But there is one overlying factor of why I chose Virginia Tech, and it's the community here. And I remember like when I came to visit for my first time, I came on campus, and I felt immediately the community feel. It was on a game day, and just everyone there was just supporting the Hokies. But what I think is so big is like that community that I felt then, and why I chose Virginia Tech, I still feel it every day. Even with virtual classes, all my classes are online, and I still feel the community. It's the way the professors are interacting with us and making themselves available because they know it's a difficult time for us. And another great example I think of like how great the community is actually, so because of the parents of a Hokie. My mom is on the Facebook page for all the Hokie parents. There's a lot of them on there. And she actually shared a post with me where one of the parents on the Facebook page said that her student was upset. She was abroad and she wasn't able to come home because of coronavirus. And she was hoping she could get some letters sent to her daughter. And her daughter got so many letters. There were literally stacks and stacks of letters arriving every day, and these were Hokie parents. So the Hokie community really extends far beyond just the people that are enrolled here. The alumni, its parents, its siblings, and it's still that community feeling that I love Virginia Tech so much, and I'm so happy that I get to call Virginia Tech my home.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us at least a little insight of why you chose Virginia Tech and why you continue to be here at Virginia Tech. Now we're going a little bit more, and I'm getting close to the end of my presentation, but now that we've told you a little bit about Virginia Tech and you're thinking about how do you apply. This year, it's something new. We are doing coalition and common application like I told you before. Now you don't have to do both of them because that is going to add extra work to you. You just have to choose whatever one you feel more comfortable with. So if you are doing other applications that are within the Common App, go ahead and do the Common application. Or if you're doing other schools that are Coalition application, then you can definitely do the Coalition. There's really no preference as long as you complete your application, you submit it to us, and then you also complete that self-reported academic report, the SRAR. Those are the two of the main things that we look for to make an application complete. If you're looking ways to follow us or just to get the most recent updates, there are a couple ways. That's through some of these social media platforms. So one I really like is Instagram because it gives you more of a visual way of seeing a lot of our updates. And that's usually where we'll update you whenever we're accepting visitors back on campus. Unfortunately, right now we don't. But we do have information sessions Monday through Friday. This month, we are offering some information sessions at 1:30 and sometimes even at 6:30, and then I believe at 10 some days. And you'll be actually going through a virtual campus tour with our own Hokie ambassadors. So we have a lot of other Hokie ambassadors that do campus tours, and they actually put a little bit more of a personalizations and share with you pictures of their time here at Virginia Tech. A lot of our parents and students have really loved that aspect of that virtual tour. So make sure that you do take advantage of that. If you just Google visit VT or virtual VT, you'll be able to get the links of that virtual tour registration. And then lastly, if you do have any questions, I'm always here to help. Chris is able to help as well. It doesn't matter what state, if it's from North Carolina or South Carolina, we're more than happy to help you and answer any questions that you might have throughout this whole process. Hopefully I was able to give you a little bit more information that you might have not known or looked up. And hopefully you're able to take advantage of our Hokie ambassadors that are here. Chris, are there any questions that I'm able to answer that will be helpful for everybody?
I think there's a general question that just came up, Jasmine, asking about the difference between Coalition and Common App.
Yeah, that's a good question. So there really isn't any difference. It's just two different ways of applying to universities. Some universities are only Coalition application, and other universities are only Common App applications. Both of them, you basically fill out one application and you submit them to many universities. So it's a little easier on your hand because you submit one application, you make sure you complete all the supplemental things that every university is asking from you. But in reality, they do the same thing. So it's ultimately what you're more comfortable with. I have seen that a lot of students are a little bit more familiar with the Common application, but again, if you are a little bit more familiar with the Coalition, that's perfectly fine. The key is just making sure that you submit an application on time.
Another question, Jasmine, are we offering on-campus tours or open houses?
So we do have open house. Open house will be October 10th and 11th, which you'll also have Hokie ambassadors doing virtual campus tours. You'll have an opportunity to talk to me and Chris, as well as other admissions counselors. You'll even have an opportunity to talk to the specific college of your choice. So if you're interested in the College of Engineering, the Pamplin School of Business, whatever you're interested in, you'll be able to sit down on a virtual information session with them as well and get to ask them personal questions or more in-depth questions about their majors that they offer. With on-campus tours, as of right now, we do not offer on-campus tours. We want to make sure that we keep all of our students that are here in Blacksburg safe, as well as our residential portion of population. We want to make sure that we're not having any visitors and putting any more risks that we have to within our students. So we are not accepting visitors officially. However, there is an option that if you do come and visit because maybe your parents are Hokies or you have a friend that's a Hokie and you come and visit, there are a lot of restaurants here and they're very good. So a lot of students families come and enjoy our restaurants. You can drive through campus, and we actually do have a drive-through campus tour that you can pick up the map in our visitor center. We do have one portion of our visitor center open, and it's just where we have a lot of publications that you can pick up. And there is a map, and then it'll tell you where to download that drive-through campus tour. So you have that option.
With that, Jasmine, I think you're ready for the ambassadors.
Alrighty, so let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to. get y'all up here. Alrighty, so within that, I do actually, before that, I want to share actually one quick video that might be very helpful for a lot of our students. And then after that, maybe within the Hokie ambassadors, if y'all want to share a little bit more about your specific major. I think both of y'all are in the same major, right? Okay, so share equally some information about your major. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen one more time just to share this video with everybody. And that might get some more questions.
I chose Virginia Tech mostly for its community. When I came here, I really got the sense of what being a Hokie was. During class change time, I saw that everyone really enjoyed being here. And I remember someone had told me they had never met someone that had a bad thing to say about Virginia Tech. And I really wanted to be surrounded in that kind of atmosphere and environment.
Classroom is one extremely important factor, but you get so much more on that campus than classroom education.
Perfect. So I really like that video, and I always like to share it with a lot of the prospective families and students. So Hokie ambassadors, can you tell us a little bit about the major that you're in right now?
Definitely. So I can share a little bit and then I can pass it off. So we're both business information technology majors. I am just a single major. I do have a minor in international business. And so what is really cool is about the different majors that we have here at Tech is that you can make it special for your college experience. So within business information technology, I have 3 different options of how I wanted to make my major specific to me. And it would like change the classes that I was taking. So I chose decision support systems. It's a mouthful. So what's really cool too about my specific experience here at Virginia Tech is I was able to study abroad for a program for my major, and no major will limit your options to study abroad or do research here on campus. Every major allows for studying abroad and research. And so when I was abroad, I actually went with my major and all other Virginia Tech students and got 21 credits that went right into my major. And that's how I got my international business minor. So it was really cool that not only have I been able to make my major specific to me, but I was able to take my major abroad and have that experience as well.
Thank you, Emma. So I'm business information technology, just like Emma is, but I'm slightly different. I'm pursuing another degree in management as well. And that's just kind of because, within the College of Business, you have a lot of classes that a lot of us have to take. So we have to take similar classes. So it just worked out that I was able to take management classes and get this second degree, but also the business information technology major, it's given me like a lot of technical skills that I've been able to talk about with employers. So I can tell employers, hey, I can do XYZ in Excel, I can do this in SQL. And it's been a really good like conversation piece, because like rather than just me saying I'm this major and they might not know what it is, I can talk to what they do know. So it's been a really cool experience, and it's been useful.
Thank you. And one other thing that I thought about too is I always tell students about campus life, and I know they always have questions about campus life and how you can get involved within campus outside of your major. Are there any specific, other than Hokie Ambassadors as a student organization, are there other organizations that you're involved in within campus?
I used to be a part of the flamenco club here, but then I came to the realization that I have 2 left feet and cannot dance. So I left, but it was really cool. It was in my freshman year, and the people in my residence hall, one of them said something about a flamenco club, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's try it out. So I tried it out. It was fun. I really wanted to be good at it, but I don't know, my feet just wouldn't let me be good at it. It's okay. I don't let it bother me in my private time though, so it's okay.
That's a really good story to tell. And we do have about 900 plus student organizations. So as you can tell, it's very, very diverse within our student organizations that you can get involved in. And then Emma, do you want to talk about your experience?
Sure. I am in a social sorority. I'm in a business fraternity. And then another club that I am a proud member of is the Chocolate Milk Monday Club. And so the Chocolate Milk Monday Club has a lot of participants. And so on Mondays, it's a little different this semester, but on Mondays in the past, we would meet at one of the dining halls here on campus and drink the chocolate milk because it is the best chocolate milk you could ever have in your entire life. And it was so fun to have like a whole group of students and like meet friends and other people that way, like everyone just drinking chocolate milk, and it was amazing chocolate milk. And we really have a club or organization for any interest, and it's really easy to make one if there's one that like you are interested in or passionate about. One of my favorite clubs that I always like to talk about on tours, there's a lumberjack club, and they all wear flannels and go eat pancakes at IHOP. So really there is anything you could ever dream of. If there's not already a club or organization, you could also start it.
And actually, Emma, since you said you're part of a social sorority and then a business fraternity, can you tell us a little bit of the differences between those two?
Yes. So the business fraternity, I actually joined first, and it is really cool. It is a smaller organization. There's about 65, 70 members, and it's really focused on learning different professional skills. It's also a really great networking opportunity. I've been so fortunate. I've had so many great networking opportunities that's how I've gotten my summer internships through that organization. And then the social sorority is really focused on sisterhood events, meeting other people and other organizations on campus, different Panhellenic events, and also doing a lot of service events. Our philanthropy is one of our most passionate parts of my organization, and last year we raised over $60,000 for a center here in Blacksburg. So that was really nice because it was really emphasizing UProsum through our organization as well.
Perfect, thank you. I know we had some questions. I was looking through some of the questions and they were asking a little bit about fraternity and sorority life. Fraternity and sorority life is about 20% of our students. It's not a big thing of saying that if you are not part of fraternity and sorority life, you will not get the full experience of what it means to be a Hokie or what it means to be here on campus, but it is part, and I always talk about it in more of an enhancement to that social aspect of your experience here at Virginia Tech. So it's really great to at least have a little bit of that world of fraternity and sorority life and having it from an HA. We do have a question that says, are there any fraternities specifically for engineering?
Yes, there are. I don't remember the names on the top of my head, but there are all female engineering sororities, and there's all male engineering fraternities, and there's also co-ed. And I believe if you go on Gobbler Connect, which is the student organization website, that you'd be able to find more details through that website. And I would recommend going to Gobbler Connect over the IFC page for Virginia Tech, because it will show you more options that we have here.
Yep, and that's good. A lot of the majors that we do have specific student organizations, fraternities and sororities that can connect you to other students that might be in the same major as you, sometimes the same hobby. If you're looking to do fraternities and sororities that are particularly for a specific culture, like there's Latino fraternities and sororities, there's the NPHCs, which are the Nationally Black Historical Fraternities and Sororities. So you'll find really anything that you can think of here on campus, and making sure that our students are inclusive within each other. And we also teach each other inclusivity. We do have about 6 cultural centers that we offer our students. Within that, one of the main keys of what they do is first teaching our student body, faculty, and staff about those cultures and educating and making sure that we're inclusive, but also it serves as a support system to our underrepresented, underserved, or marginalized students and making sure that they are successful here as a Hokie on Virginia Tech's campus. I'm going to read one of the questions. It says, my two interests are history and computer science. How would you suggest I zero in on which one should I choose? Should I shadow people already in those fields? What would you suggest? So I think, Adrit, you were stuck between two majors, right? How did you choose the specific major that you wanted to go into?
So for me, the decision was made before like I went into college, so I knew what the classes I want to take were. But if you're still stuck between what you wanted to do, just do some research. And when it does come time to choose your classes, it wouldn't hurt to just maybe see what the history classes would be like and see what your computer science classes would be like. If you get a small taste, you'll still be knocking out requirements and you'll still be getting the things that you need to get done, but it won't there's nothing stopping you from getting a taste of those both in your first semester. And if anything, you might discover something that you like even more than those two. So don't like get too nervous about having to choose one particular thing. Realize that you can do multiple things if you want to. That's something that I was struggling with when I came to college too, is I thought that I needed to choose one thing that I was going to study and I was going to study it all the time. But I thought music theory was cool one semester and I took a class for it and I was able to get rid of a requirement I needed to do. And also I learned some music theory. So if you just explore, you'll never know what possibilities are going to be available for you.
You can also combine those two if you'd like. So I know we have a computer science minor. So if you wanted to add a minor as well, and the advisors we have here at Virginia Tech are really awesome, and you do get to know them, and they can help you throughout your entire college experience. So if you get here and then realize that your interests are more in a different area, they can help you walk through switching majors or anything along those lines and how that would go too as well. And similarly, I'm also in a music appreciation class this semester as a business major, and I am really enjoying it and I'm learning so much. And I'm just taking it. It is going to fulfill one of my elective credits, but it's nice because even as a business major, I'm getting to choose a music class to take as well.
That's perfect. Thank you. So I definitely do suggest, if you are interested in both history and computer science, maybe exploring those opportunities that you have through student organizations, maybe at your local high school. There are some student organizations at your high school that give you the opportunity of either working with other computer scientists, a robotics club, something of that sort that gets a little bit more hands-on opportunity right now that will kind of give you that make it or break it deal of choosing what major you want to go into. Specifically computer science, that is in the College of Engineering, which can be a little bit more competitive. So it could be that it's better for you to maybe apply as a computer science major from the get-go, and then maybe pick up like a history minor, or even if you want to do a double major, you definitely can. But like Emma stated, talking to your academic advisor once you get here, if you have those other interests, is key just to make sure that you are successful here at Virginia Tech. And you're also getting the best out of it, because there are some majors that give you a great flexibility of doing a lot of other classes, and you can actually get 2 degrees in 4 years, or you can get 1 degree with a lot of minors that you might be interested to get that foundational education or knowledge of whatever you're interested in as well, which can later on help you after Virginia Tech once you're looking to get into your career. Are there any other questions? I know I don't see any questions right now, but we do have maybe like 3 minutes, about 2 to 3 minutes for any last minute questions for any of our Hokie ambassadors. Are there any last words that y'all want to say as Hokie ambassadors for these prospective families or students?
I wish you guys all the best and good luck in finding the college that you want to go to. It doesn't need to be here, but I do hope that wherever you go, you can call home, as I call Virginia Tech home. So thank you for attending, and I hope I was able to answer all your questions.
Thank you.
Yes, and mirroring that as well, I wish you the best of luck finding your home, and go Hokies. And also don't be afraid to reach out. The all of the admissions people are so helpful. You can reach out and ask Hokie Ambassadors questions. Really utilize all your resources. Everyone would be so excited to help.
Thank you so much, Hokie Ambassadors, and thank you everybody that was able to join us today. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to either me or Chris, and we'll be able to help you in any way, shape, or form.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and give it up for our panelists. They did wonderful today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you can give. Also, this was one of many sessions, like I said before, that we're hosting. Definitely sign up for as many as you can, given the virtual opportunities at CACRAO.org. And this recording will be available in about a week's time, as well as other recordings from other schools as well. So check them out, and thank you guys for attending.